Hi everybody, this is Dr. Childs, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the CALM Library website to find sources for your iSearch paper. Now we're going to start out at the CALM homepage, and from here we're going to go to Student Services. If you scroll down, you'll see the link for the CALM Library. Click on that. And now we're at the library homepage. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to find articles for your paper. And in a separate video, I will show you how to find books. So we're going to start by searching for articles. And you'll see at the heading up here at the top of the page, you can just click on the word articles. Now, if you're looking for articles, the best place to look, if you scroll down a little bit, and you'll see on the left side of the page there's this green picture and the heading says Quick Links to Databases. Now the best thing to do if you're looking for scholarly articles for any assignment is to go ahead and use the Academic Search Complete database. So use this drop down menu to highlight Academic Search Complete. Now, you have a number of other databases here that you could select and you might want to check out for different assignments, but some of these databases do not search scholarly sources. And if you go to the Academic Search Complete, you can be confident, if you select the right options, that your sources will be scholarly academic sources like you are required to use for your iSearch paper. So select Academic Search Complete and hit the Go button. If you are accessing the library website from home, then you will be taken to this site here where you have to log on. Now, if you are doing this research on campus, you won't have to log on, but if you're at home, you do have to put in your CALM ID number and your last name. Once you've input those, you can click log on. Now log in. Now if you'll notice, if you have a name like O'Hara or a hyphenated name, you want to look down here to see how you can log in, what you need to put in to log in. And if you have any kind of trouble with this, then click on this link that says Login Troubleshooting. So let's go ahead and log in. All right, here we are at the database search engine. And this is where you need to start to find scholarly articles for your iSearch paper. Now let's say that you want to write about, say, Japan. Your research question is something like, what is Japanese culture like? So let's just start out by trying the keywords Japanese culture and see what we come up with. Whoops, it would help if I could spell, wouldn't it? You'll notice if you do misspell something, it gives you several options, like, did you mean Japanese culture? So if you don't, even if you don't know exactly how something is spelled, or if you just misspell it, then sometimes you can just click on one of the options it gives you. Now you will see here that what I have gotten is over 12,000 search results for Japanese culture. Now obviously this is far too many to read. So let me start out showing you how to limit these. Now the first thing that you want to do to refine your results is look here on the left hand side of the page and click the full text box, and then click the scholarly peer-reviewed journals box. Click update, and after you have done that, your search results will be narrowed down to only articles that you can actually read online from home. And also it narrows it down to scholarly articles. So you'll notice that we still have over 8,000 results. So what are you going to do? This is way too many for you to read. So a couple of things you can do are, first of all, you can change the publication date. Usually when you're doing research, it's best to start with articles that have been published in, say, the past 10 or 20 years. So we will narrow this down to articles published between 1990 and 2012. So we'll go ahead and update that and see how this narrows us down. So we're still only down to 8,000 results. So this still doesn't help us very much. So now what do? One of the other things you can do to narrow it down is to simply skim over the article titles and see what types of things you have turned up here. The crane symbol, technology, blackface and identity in Japanese culture, Hokusai's great waves in 19th century Japanese culture. So we're Japanese popular culture. And so let's go ahead and narrow this down to Japanese pop culture, in case what you're really interested in is anime, manga, and so on. So now we're down to 104. So now you've narrowed this down to deciding that you really are only interested in pop culture, not so much all of Japanese culture. You could also narrow this in other ways, and you could say Japanese art, if you were interested in that aspect of Japanese culture. And this still gives you 1,000. But the key is that if you skim over this, you can see the names of different articles and different topic names. And so just skimming over the titles can help you figure out how you want to narrow down your topic. You can also click over here to the advanced search, and you'll see that there are a number of limiters right here. And of course you want to click the scholarly or peer-reviewed journals. And you can also narrow down the language here, which sometimes you'll get search results in languages that you may not speak. And so you sometimes want to go over to advanced search and narrow down the language. It can make it a little bit easier for you. One other thing that I want to point out to you before we end this video is that when you're looking for a source, you need to look for this academic journal icon just to be sure that you are looking at a scholarly or academic source. If it doesn't have this icon here that says academic journal, then it will not be an acceptable source to count for your two scholarly sources that you need for your iSearch paper. Now let's say that you are interested in this first essay here, Japanese ink painting. So click on this. I'm going to show you two more helpful things real quick before we move on. Now you can, and this is really going to save you some time, after you click on the title of the article, if you look over here to the right hand side of the page, you'll see that there is a link you can click that says Cite. Once you click on this, you scroll down to where it says MLA, and you can simply copy this citation right here and paste it into your Works Cited page. This is really nice because it saves you having to complete this citation yourself. Now let's go back to the article X out of this. And how do you actually read this article? That's the question. Because this little short piece here is simply the abstract, not the article itself. But if you look over here on the left-hand side of the page, you can click the HTML full text, or you can click a PDF full text. Excuse me. So this is the entire article here. Alright, so this is how to find articles using the databases. The key things to remember are to use Academic Search Complete, apply a number of search terms, and be sure that you always limit your sources over here by clicking on the full text box and the scholarly peer-reviewed journals box. And as always, please send me a message if you have any questions.